My name is Joe Lara.
Great. And Joe, so tell me a little bit about your case, and you have a daughter. And what school is she going to here?
Yes, she was going to Valley Christian High School, and basically we were trying to prepare for a college on our own, basically. And so I was basically doing all the legwork, talking to counselors, going to their prep sessions for ACTs and just enrollment and writing essays. And it was just a bit overwhelming because there were just so many things to consider and think about. But at the same time, I had to wait for all these sessions to happen. And so I wasn't getting my answers, answers weren't being answered in a timely manner for me, especially when you have all these deadlines coming up, and they were just starting to stack up, and I was starting to feel the pressure. And my daughter was applying to, I think it was about 8 different schools, and so she had all these essays, and she was being overwhelmed, and I was being overwhelmed. And so then that's when I found out about ABC, and that was a lifesaver for me, because it took all the stress off me and her. And plus, they had great counselors here. They helped her with her essay, and they helped me with the dates, meeting all the deadlines, and all the financial information. And that was good.
So what school are we going to this year?
She's going to USC, and she's excited about it. I mean, she got accepted to 5 of the 8 colleges she applied to, and so she chose USC.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was like probably one of the best experience? Was this a great experience for you guys overall, with stress-wise and so forth? Of how much stress did you probably have going through this process, working with us?
It was stress-free. I mean, we were being stressed out with all the deadlines and the writing of essays. But when you have somebody guiding you and telling you these dates are coming up, and you're handling all the information for me and guiding me, that's excellent. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything more than that. That was excellent. That helped immensely because I was being overwhelmed. It's hard for you to keep track of dates, and I don't know all the ins and outs of all these different items you have to keep track of. And ABC knew everything.
Okay.
So they helped.
So what would you tell like other parents who are kind of looking at this process and kind of looking around? What advice would you give other parents that are out there looking for guidance and help for their kids?
I would advise every parent to get some kind of counseling service for their kids, because as a parent, there's just so much you have to keep track of, and the rules change. I mean, every season I think things change, and it's hard for you to keep up with all the new information that's coming up. And every school's different, every program's different, and ABC, for example, they keep tabs on all the new developments of anything that changes, and they pass it on to us as parents. But on my own, there's no way I could keep track of everything. It helped. And my daughter, she was being stressed because she was dealing with finals, she was dealing with trying to write essays, and plus she was an athlete, so she was training. And then it was just so stressful because she had to write all these things on her own, and she had no one to review them. And so, but ABC came through, and now she's going to USC.
Awesome.
That was great.
So, would you recommend College Planning ABC to other folks that are out there?
Yes, I highly would recommend ABC to any parent. In fact, I mentioned it to several different parents, and it's hard to tell them because they don't realize the pressure they're going to be under, and until they're there. So the sooner you start, the easier the whole process is. And that's the other thing I need to stress to people, is that you need to start this process early, and then it becomes stress-free throughout your whole, process. It's stress-free.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.